Hello everybody. This is a very important video, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts here with the euro dollar as well as with precious metals, because both are kind of correlated. So here in the euro dollar, well, the euro dollar has been in a downtrend for quite some while, right? So it has been down since 2008, since the great financial crisis. It's in a downtrend, and I was for a long time I was convinced that we're actually going to come to the par level and break that level towards the 90 or 80. But I actually have to change. I have to change my mind, and that's what I recently did. Because we have here on the weekly, well, we've got a busted a pattern short, and this didn't follow through. Well, the official stop is up here, and we are about to get to that level. So this is going to become a busted breakout system one failure, and that's a counter trend signal. So that basically means well, counter trend signal. With that I mean that a busted pattern, if it forms, well, sometimes it forms at the very end of a trend, and this could actually mark such a busted pattern forming at the end if it becomes a failure. And this would actually tell me, well, that we are moving in the opposite direction for quite a bit. So let's see, and that's a long trade signal. So let's see what that would mean. So if we get a busted breakout, a failure, the target becomes the start of the momentum move, so which is up here. So basically the target area is the 120 and 125 area. And with this happening, well, we could actually potentially get here a system one pattern, a busted pattern on one time frame higher on the monthly chart, and that could mean, like, if this green line triggers, like it's rebroken higher, which well, this target area implies. If this happens, well, this could be a long-term a long signal on the euro dollar, meaning that the dollar would tremendously lose in value. So then the measured move becomes this move. So the euro dollar could get up to the 180 euro dollar level. So it's quite fascinating times here, and we might actually witness here the very beginning of a long term, and with that, well, it's more than 10 years, right, of a long-term uptrend here in the euro dollar. What we see here on the daily, well, we see this momentum move coming up, followed by consolidation. So this consolidation, this is the first day today that this consolidation, this consolidation high has been broken. So I actually want to see how that bar closes. If this daily bar closes above the blue line, and for confirmation I want to see the next bar actually breaking this bar that closes above this blue line. So this then would give me the confirmation that something serious is happening, and then well, then I'm actually expecting that this level gets, let's put it in a different color, that this level is going to be broken, and that we're going to see an S1 failure, and that this is the beginning, the very beginning of a long-term uptrend in the euro dollar. So if the euro dollar goes up, well, that's bullish for gold and silver, right, and as well as other commodities. Actually, I've received a long signal on gold, and just recently on silver. So that comes nicely together, right? So let's have a look at those charts. Right, so this is a gold, the month GC, it's a gold future, the monthly chart. So I got here an entry signal in June 2019. This is when the euro dollar looked still very, very bearish. So this was a good signal. As you can see, it really developed nicely on the quarterly chart. Well, I'm very bullish on gold since basically here. So it looks like it has been front running the euro dollar, because the euro dollar and precious metals are possibly positively correlated. Now let's have a look at silver. I'm very bullish on silver, especially recently here. This is another entry signal on silver. Well, there was another one lower as well, but that's a confirmation signal on silver. I'm very bullish on silver. So let's just assume that that the euro dollar is actually turning around and starting an uptrend. Well, then we actually see precious metals getting on fire. We've already seen a really nice up move here in gold, while silver is lagging. We've already seen a really nice up move with a bearish euro dollar. So if this turns around, well, we'll see an acceleration here in price and making new highs above the $2,000 level. I'm pretty convinced with that. However, as I said in the beginning, well, some conditions need to be met, like this daily bar needs to close, and then the next day I want to see that it breaks that bar higher, which is a very early signal that this busted pattern is going to fail. If this fails, well, then I'm fully bullish on euro dollar. Well, let's have a look now what other currencies are doing that might confirm this idea, right? Let's have a look here at the Euro Swiss. So Euro Swiss has been in a very strong downtrend. So here at the end, we've seen a very strong up move with big momentum move. So any type of big bar or big or strong momentum move might be the precursor of a trend of a change in trend direction. And that's something we might experience here, so that the euro gets really strong, not only against the dollar, but again as well against the Swiss franc. Well, actually, we had here today we had a very nice system 1 pattern here. This is the consolidation and the breakout and the rebreak. Really nice and strong follow through. So just remember that system 1 really works well in aging trends and early trend reversals. And this is such a situation of a potential early trend reversal. And we've got an S1 pattern coming up that shows a tremendous follow through, and it has already achieved a big R multiple. So this is a really kind of another small confirmation that there is a change in trend in the euro dollar, because the euro is very strong even against the Swiss. Well, let's have a look at the odd yen. So Australian dollar has been the weakest currency against kind of all currencies, and this seems to have changed a couple of months ago. So whenever price goes up, the Australian dollar grows stronger. Here we've got another pattern, this time on the 240-minute chart, which is an S2 pattern, a long signal here. Well, you might say that well, this is not a small risk idea. Well, actually it is, because you have to put it into perspective. This risk is actually only this small here on the daily chart, and it becomes super small obviously on the weekly chart. So this is another confirmation that something has changed, because the Australian dollar, let's quickly have a look here. Australian dollar has been very, very weak. It went from 100 to 60, so it has been very weak, and now it shows a lot of strength with momentum and patterns are setting up. Let's have a look here now at the Euro CAD. So the euro should show a strength, right? And we see a similar pattern here. We see as with the euro dollar. So we see a strong momentum move up and a consolidation. So this is the consolidation. Really, there are nice stop run levels lining up, and we really got a nice S1 pattern here too, right? It doesn't show that much follow through. Well, this is because here on the daily we're sitting on a resistance level, a stop run level, and we have to see if this gets broken. So the confirmation for this trade is that this the 60-minute is in green light mode, which is a very strong and smooth trend, and that's a good trade idea. Well, this has to be broken, right? This resistance level. If this gets broken, we might actually see a really nice follow through. Currently, we are kind of in a very small consolidation, and then this could actually see a very good follow through. Just to protect myself, well, I'm moving the stop here below the flat line. So in case that this gets that there's a pullback basically on the daily, and that this is more or less a break-even trade. So patterns are coming up. Things look interesting. We might be in a very early trend reversal here, witnessing that actually on the euro dollar, and interesting times. Thank you.